Hi YouTube friends, Alicia here. So I'm just going to do a quick video today talking about can you find useful art supplies, journal making supplies, craft supplies in general at the thrift store. And if you've watched my channel for any amount of time, you know that the answer, in my opinion, is yes, because I'm a huge fan of thrifted craft supplies. Now, I am doing this video and I was watching somebody this morning and they were talking about how Joann's was shutting down in the States. Well, I mean, I get the fact that it's sad because from what I understand, Joann's was a small business type deal. I don't know the whole extent of it, but they were saying it was a very family oriented business. But in Canada, we have Michael's, and then we have our small odd craft store in our smaller communities. Like we have one in my local community, but then it goes for a long ways with there being no other craft store between here and where I am, as far as I know, for the next hour and a half. So no craft supply stores and big box supply craft supply stores. It's pretty normal in Canada. I am very blessed to have a small local store because she does get things in for me and does stock a large amount of things. But my main source for craft supplies are the dollar store and the thrift store. Every once in a while Amazon, but very seldomly. And then trash things that recycled things is a better word, not necessarily trash, but things I recycle and turn into art supplies. So, like I said, the no big box stores, no Joann's, no Hobby Lobby, no, there's another one, Daiso. We don't have any of that in Canada. So, yeah, that's a long introduction to say I think that at a thrift store, you can find some really neat things, and I'm going to show you what I found, and you can let me know what you guys think of it. So, also, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know I love Tim Holtz, you know I love vintage, you know I love his ephemera, as well as 49 and Market. Those are my two favorite ephemera companies, my two favorites to get ephemera from. But I found these, and I actually have a stash of these somewhere else, but they were there and they were available today, so I grabbed them. They're called the Morning Star, and what they are is a yearbook from out here. It is local. All the students are not all local, but they're a Christian school. It's not called the Morning Star. I honestly forget the name of it. And I don't even know. I just know it's a Christian school. I don't know if it's still in existence. I don't know anything about it. But this one is from 1962, and this one is 65, 40th anniversary. So it's not a new institution. And it goes from, I think, kindergarten to 12 or something like that. I should have looked. But anyways, the reason I'm showing you these is because, and this one is textured. It feels like plastic, to be 100% honest. I don't know that it's my favorite, but I say that now. But I think because of the texture, it might make for some interesting techniques, because I have a feeling it does tear, but I have a feeling it might be waterproof. So, which would allow, obviously, me to do different things with it. But I bought it for the images, right? If you look at the images, in my opinion, say something like this one, or these group ones, they remind me of the Tim Holtz ones, the Tim Holtz photographs. Sorry, and then there's all kinds of advertisements, which I'll keep, but that's obviously not why I bought them. But there's pages of them, and I think personally they're just as good as the Tim Holtz ones. Here's a bunch of individual ones. Now, they are obviously on a different type of paper, but that doesn't really matter to me. I can work with any kind of paper. I have a wide variety, everything from very vintage to very new, and I will say something about the vintage compared to new. So I bought Studio Light by Marlene. I bought her stickers, like the sentiment stickers, and they're not old, you know, they've only been out for a couple of years. The white ink on the black sticker is fading out. One thing I can say about vintage is it stands the test of time. You know, like this ink 50 years later is still as clear as it was the day they printed it. So there is definitely some benefit to vintage items and paper. Now I know like some of it becomes brittle. This stuff is not brittle. The paper stuff, like I will show you, I have some that are paper, is more brittle. Because it's on a glossy paper. But, and I actually find, oddly enough, this one isn't nearly as clear as some of, it's clear, but it's a bright white, so it's not nearly as nice as some of the other ones. But for 50 cents and all these photos, I can make it work. And I will show you now. Sorry, I realize this video is getting kind of lengthy. Oh, here's the one that so I cut one up like this. It was from 53 or 56. This is MCI, I believe, in Gretna. I don't know. It is not super local to me. It is, you know, within... Local to me as in, like, it's within the hour. But not as in I've ever been there. So I like these images better. I don't know why, but I just do. So what I did was I cut up a bunch of them already. And to me, they really resemble Tim Holtz. It might get really loud. I think the kids upstairs are home now. Oops. So there's all kinds of them. You can cut them all different sizes. You can cut them, you know, in strips or whatever you want. There were some really, really neat ones that I didn't cut out yet because I couldn't decide what side I wanted to cut out. But, so I got all of these, and this isn't even like, this is maybe half at most that was in one book for 50 cents. Okay, now that I've gone on about that for 10 minutes, let's get on with the other stuff quickly here. So I also found these magnets, which maybe some of you would be like, why on earth did you buy those? This is why I bought them. First off, I can put a picture in them. I can take the magnetic back off, and then they're a frame that I can stick on the front of my junk journal. They are super thin without the magnet on the back, and I actually work a lot with pictures in my journals and scrapbooks. So yeah, for whatever it was, 50 cents, I bought 3 of these frames. I also got, and I was pretty excited about this, it's charcoal, vintage. There is 3 of the 12 sticks missing, so I have 9 full charcoal sticks that have not been used, which I like mixed media, so that was really awesome. I actually used to have charcoal and I got rid of it, I believe. So I am really glad to have charcoal again, because I also have been thinking that I might get back into drawing. So, and this was $1. Sorry, that I did not buy, but I was going to show you these. So these are straws, obviously, with these bunnies that have the honeycomb. And a couple of years ago, I got flamingos that were the same, and I didn't use it on the straw, but what I did was I used a stamp block and I just said, "Dare to be powerful," and I altered a stamp block. This is wrapping paper underneath. And then I just, yeah, I put one of the honeycomb flamingos on here, and now I have bunnies and I can do the same kind of thing. So there is that. Then I bought this banner, which it's not meant to be a crafting supply, but what I'm going to do is I will make a cover, front and back cover for it, and I will use it for pictures and turn it into a mini album, because I think it's fun, and I believe this was 50 cents. There's only 5 pieces in there instead of 11, but for 50 cents, it was still very worth it. I found these labels, which I love all things Denison. I think they're super cool. So you can emboss these, I believe, but I just think they're cool. So I bought them. I've never seen them before. I've never seen them at the thrift store before. I've seen Denison labels. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I've never seen this style of Denison label at the thrift store. I have some of the other ones. I bought stickers. Now, I'm doing like a bit of a, not really a no-buy, but like things on a no-buy list. And one of them actually was stickers because I have an excessive amount of them, but I could not resist these ones. And this is why. They are like vintage rickrack flowers turned into stickers, and like these other florals, like these vintage style ones, and I have them. And I absolutely love them. So I got that. I picked up this for my niece. It is her birthday, and it has been used somewhat, so I'm going to open it up, take the used pages out, put in my own unicorn paper that I have, scrapbooking paper, so my niece has an obsession with tiny things and stickers, so I'm going to be purchasing her some stickers, and I have some purchased for her already, and I'm going to make her her own scrapbook. She is 3. She's a little diva, but she's also insanely smart for her age. So, yes, she does stickers, she does coloring, she does all those things that this kind of thing was geared for. So it's really cute. It has all kinds of things, and like I said, I have paper that will go with it. And then I will also put some pictures of her and her family in it as well, and that will be her birthday gift. And then I picked up, and I was pretty excited about this. I need to clean it off. It's Inka Dinka Doo chalk in a primary color palette. And I kind of look at this and it kind of makes me laugh because it reminds me of face paint, and I'm like, most of us don't look at making junk journals like making a clown show. I like circus, so I mean, these colors are great for that, but I also have all different kinds of color palettes, and because these are the primary colors, I actually don't have a lot of like true primary colors. I'm not sure how to explain it, but like that we think of when we think of primary. And the other day I was doing something and I had thought about that. So I'm really glad to have found this. I know it blends well. I don't know if I can create other colors with 2 different chalks. Like, I don't know about that, but I know I have nothing like, I have chalks, but I know I have nothing like the basic primaries. So for 25 cents, I thought that was really cool. I have no idea how old it is. It reminds me of the 80s, but I don't know how long those have been around. And then I found, and this was kind of surprising to me, a brand new Versamark watermark stamp pad. I have a couple, and they're all marked up. I've used them. So did I need it? Not really, but for 50 cents, I paid 50 cents for it. It was far cheaper than and easier to buy than trying to clean my used Versamark ink pads out. So I got a brand new Versamark ink pad for 50 cents. And then I got these, which, okay, this is obviously more for altered art and mixed media, like, not necessarily mixed media, but altered art. I bought these cowbells because I thought they were super cool. So, they came, I don't know, my guess is they came from AliExpress or Temu. It just says made in China. They're a set of 12, and I believe they were $1. And I live in the city, but the farm has my heart. I spent many, many years out in Saskatchewan working on a farm every summer and sometimes in the winter. So I love anything farm related, and I just, like I said, I love them. So I also purchased those. That is the end of this haul. Yeah, let me know what you think below. Let me know what your favorite item is. Would you have purchased these kind of things? What do you look for at the thrift store that you find useful in your crafting? And leave, like I said, leave that below, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.